and welcome again to my YouTube. The painting on the left is the Medion, the older Mona Lisa. This is the younger Mona Lisa. This is Sali, that is a model of Leonardo da Vinci. This is many stylists of the Mona Lisa itself, as also Madonna and Mary. And this is also Jesus Christ. You're going to see these things, and I'm going to get right to it. I got a lot of pictures here, and I'm going to try to make it quick. I have over 1,000 YouTubes, and I hope that you can subscribe. So here we go, okay? Okay, now in this particular area, when you flip the Mona Lisa upside down, you're going to find in her chest area, you're going to find an image that so happens to be that's in mine. If you see the feet in my man, you're going to see the signature that I'm going to be showing you. So we're going to zip these off to the side, and just go from there. Okay, so here we go. This is the signature that says Leonardo da Vinci Sir Pierre. The big long L with a man hanging off to the side, and he's got this crisscross guide like the V with holding a long stick shaft, and he actually has like a boat that's sitting in here. There's also a tuning fork that you can see through here. There's a guy hanging off here, and a guy hanging off here, a guy hanging off here. He's a cartoonist, and to show you that he's a cartoonist real quick, I'm going to get to that right now before we get to it. Whoops, that's not the one. That so happens to be an image. That's a cartoon of Leonardo da Vinci. See, and what he does, he tricks and does certain things. He makes the ears little hearts, and the nose a little heart, and the face is actually shaped like a heart, and the body of the chest is shaped like a heart, and anytime you turn that, it comes out to be many different things. If you take a look at the black and you break it up, there's a face of like a dog, here's another face of a person, and here's a body of a long with the legs, and it continues. Leonardo da Vinci has actually made many of his art that is of cartoons. Now what we're going to show you is this person, this boy. This is a boy right here, and he's crisscrossed on an angle, and he's right next to the area. Also, not only next to it, there's this guy with this top hat. Here's an eye, and a nose. And very pixelated, but I'm going to tell you, it is still, you know, these are. This image in front of you that spells out Leonardo da Vinci Sir Pierre is actually not able to be seen with the human eye. That's in my painting. My painting is also a diary of Leonardo da Vinci's works, okay, which has trillions of images. I know that's hard to believe. Now here's this particular one, which I'm going to show you. Then it's the boy. If you see here, here's his eye, here's his nose, here's his mouth, here he goes, here's his V body. And if you look next here, here's the top hat, kind of like a Mexican sombrero, and the person next to it. Okay, and if you follow this down and the V's, and you follow these angles, he's got these cut angles that are in two different ways that he's displaying it. So I'm going to grab mine and show you how it overlays 100%. When you put the boy over the top of the boy, 100% fit. 100, not 99, it's 100%. If you pull this down, you can see the Mexican sombrero here, and you can see there's in the back, there's the same guy, okay? And what he does is he repeats his work. So not only is the boy here, his boy's here, and the boy's here, and it continues by the boy turning his head. The sombrero guy is everywhere too. But as you can see, when you put the two side by side, here he is, his eye crisscrossed on an angle, his eyes crisscrossed on an angle, his leg comes crossed on an angle, here he is crossed on an angle, and I'm still working on the signature to see if I can pull it, because he does it in different images. He lines up 100% into the area. If you take a look and you pull this down, you can see on the outline of this man with the stick that he has this boat look, and you take a look over here, he's got this boat look right here. You can also see this guy Here's a guy. So when you put this up again and you go over the top, here's the V. Here's part of the V down to here. You pull it on down, you got this angle cut. This angle cut. This is where he hides it. You put it right back on up again. Very difficult. Okay, you see this V cut here? Here's an S. Here's the S. Okay, and here's the S. So with that in mind, I want to show you also something that if you want to see the Mexican guy. So what we're going to do is move this one. This actually, before I move this one, I'm going to show you what it is. It is the upside down Mona Lisa. So after that, I want to let you know it's in the chest area. Now we pull this down and I pull this up, and I'm going to show you, here is the boy. He's in a different type of invert, and next to it the Mexican guy with the hat, so happens, or the sombrero, is highlights to be better in the invert. So that's why I changed it for you real quick. So here he is, okay, and here he is, okay. And so if you want to see, here's the lettering when you put this up. You can see the lettering on the curve. Watch. When you line him up 100%, you can see the lettering on the curve. You can see the same curve, how it shows in the curve. Watch. Right there. Here's the curve. Here's the V guy. And you can see the V right through here. Now that ain't just it. Now watch this. This so happens to be in my painting that is above my woman's head that you cannot see with the human eye also. It's approximately right here. This is the Rubik's Cube Man. And the Rubik's Cube Man has like 80 different colors, and each of these little cubes have faces, and within each face and eyes and mouth is other portraits. These are this whole image right here is unable to be seen with the human eye. That's how talented Leo is. I know it sounds weird, but don't shoot the messenger just because I got the pictures. Okay. Now let me show you this particular. Oh, I did. Okay. Let me show you the X-ray that came out of my painting. This is the Mona Lisa. It so happened to come out in the area, in this area, but it's everywhere because Leonardo da Vinci was obsessed with the Mona, which is many different individuals between his mother and his lovers and himself and his model in which he was hired for. Now if you put the Jesus there, you can see that my man looks identical to Jesus. All you got to do is put a mustache on him, and you can put a hat on him. You can see the woman is the same as mine, except mine is a more older, more mature woman later in life. And in my 1,000+ YouTubes, in his finger area in between, he's hiding a ring while he's proposing to her. That's Jesus proposing to Mary. Okay, so that's his innuendo. And then on top of that, if you take a look, also you can see the subscribe button. I wish you guys can subscribe while you got that on your mind, and I need it too. This is another model that represents the same woman that so happens to be the older woman, which is a younger woman, and she developed very, very, very beautiful. And then if you take a look, this is also the same woman in which Leonardo da Vinci did, as mine being the older, more mature woman. So with that in mind, And this is also another woman, in which is the same, in which is the stylist of Leonardo da Vinci, portraying to be of this type of love in which, of the beauty in which he seeks. Now, this is also the same man, which is, so happens to be in the Last Supper, as you can see. And out of that, let me show you a little trick of Leo. This is the same as Jesus, because he's the model that he represents of his love for it, which is the same as my man. Now, even though certain other factors now have occurred, and there's controversy on some of this stuff, nevertheless, it's still in the painting, and everybody has a twin. So with for you to know that I broke a lot of his codes, but let me just tell you how he spells out Leonardo da Vinci. Here's the L. Okay, now we've already played the game. We already played the game of Leonardo. Let's see here. Let me before I get to that, let me see if it's here. Here, no, that's here it is. Okay, this, okay, is the L of his works for Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, now if you take a look, he's also got a V here, okay, and he's got his L, okay, but not only that, he also spells out L-O-V-E, love, because here's the E on the end, and then he has an O that he hides right in here in the blues, so he's got L-O upside down V and a backwards E. But here's another trick of his love and his name. Okay, here's the L and here's the V. Okay, but also here's love, L, and then he curves his finger, his middle finger, for an O, and then he's got a V here, so he's got L-O-V, and the way he gets an E, when you really open this up, let's see if I can show it to you, but you'll see these, a little nub, a little nub, a little nub, that gives you the outline of the smaller E. So I'm going to pixelate it for you, and you can see how it floats through here. Here's the bigger nub, here's another nub, and here's another nub. I know it sounds kind of wild, but when you get it into the depth of it, you not only do you know, you can barely see. I don't know how it shows up on YouTube. Excuse me, but it's an E, so he's got L-O-V-E. I was always wondering for 7 years of studying him, what's the meaning of the finger? Well, in religion, it means this is the way up in heaven, and not only that, he's got a lot of love. So he was conflicting not only in many different things. He was conflicting with physical being, and physical being always being forgiven no matter what you do. So he displayed anything and everything because he's forgiven no matter what. He displays the love, he displays his name, and he displays the loves of the individual in his art, and it continues. It's an endless story. And if you, I can't do everything in just one YouTube, but if you follow my YouTubes, you'll catch maybe 5-10% out of each one of my probably poor teaching or maybe great teaching. I really don't know how I'm getting along with you all to understand it, because it is highly complex, and it took me 10 weeks, 10 hours a day, and I got nowhere. Even when I explained it to myself, because I many a times said to myself that there's no way in the world anybody's ever going to believe me. And even if I was a great teacher, I'm trying to tell them what's going on, and so he's extremely hard to show. He's extremely hard to find his hidden works, and he's extremely talented in many other things. And with that, I really need really need your subscriptions with the grace of God and your kindness. take some duct tape, put it around with one of those lollipop sticks and on your broken finger, and hit the subscribe button for me. Pass it on to your friends, your brothers, your mothers, your fathers, your loved ones, your teacher, and such. This is absolute 55 solid years of Leonardo da Vinci's work. It is magnificent. It is the greatest thing that has ever come across to me in a sense of the study. He's just absolutely floored me in religion and in life, because there's so much teaching out of a person who's passed, and I would be honored to ever meet him, and maybe one day when I pass. And with that, I'm going to say, listen, I need you to wash your hands, social distance, wear a mask, and don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, pass it on to a friend. I need this to go national. I want to see what you guys can do, how many friends you got, see how many you can do for me. And with that, may God bless the whole world, the universe, and the heavens, and you have a magnificent, magnificent life. Amen.